ستيف بروس مثلا يحط لك 5 في خط الدفاع ويلعب مهاجمين.
Excuse me.
اللاعبين في النص.
What is your VPN?
My VPN?
Yes.
My VPN is Spider VPN.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أهلا بكم من جديد في برنامج نيوكاسل مع وليد. وعليكم السلام. معنا صديقنا من نيوكاسل ديف. ويلكم ديف.
Yeah, we point lad.
I'm very worried.
Good lad. It's nice to be back after our sad loss, but nice to be back. Chris would want me to do this, so yes, let's carry on.
Exactly.
In his memory,
Exactly. Yeah, rest in peace, our friend Chris. All right, it was really interesting days, interesting weeks, especially last week of transfers. We have a lot of information, but we will start with this news, or maybe I want just to make sure as we hear. Is Chris Wood have COVID, as we heard?
All I know is that the New Zealand squad, there's a break of COVID in the New Zealand squad, but I'm not sure if he's got it. But even if he did, it would have, when it was reported, it would have been 2 or 3 days ago. So there's a good chance that, if he's taking regular tests, then he should be clear by the time we come to play Everton on Tuesday.
What about Diego Costa rumors?
He's a bit of a character and a bit of a loose cannon. Can be, but if it's only for 6 months, if it's only a deal for 6 months, I think he could be a good acquisition for 6 months.
I know he will be a good addition, but there's truth in it?
We've heard the rumor. It's just rumors at the moment. We've heard it on the grapevine that yes, there is a chance that we may be making a move for a couple of players, one if not two, in the free market. So, and people like Diego Costa would fall into that category, and it would make sense. He's a goal scorer, although he hasn't scored a lot of goals in his last 2 seasons. But certainly, I think he could do a job for us. Certainly, he's got that greed about him. He's got the greed that he wants to score goals. He wants to get in the box. So yeah, I think he could be a good signing for it if it's all true and it comes off. Yeah.
Okay, Dave. I will show you 2 pictures, and you will take it from there. So 1 month ago, we have this. 1 month ago.
Yeah.
And today, okay, let's see. Dubravka, Kraft on the right, Schär, Lascelles, Manquillo, Fraser, Sean Longstaff, Shelvey, Joelinton, St. Maximin, Wilson.
Yeah.
And today, we have Dubravka, Trippier, Target, Byrne, Schär, Gumarish, Shelvey, Joelinton, Fraser, Wilson, Maximin, and also, of course, Chris Wood.
Yeah.
So let's talk about first signing, which it was Trippier, and we have he played with us three games, as I believe. What do you think of this signing, and what do you think of his performance with the Toons?
I think he's been outstanding. His timing is perfect. He knows how to. His timing, where he knows how to see where the player's going to be. He can read the game. He's got a good right foot for the crosses he can put in. He's an outstanding purchase. Outstanding. It can only be the next, like Alan Shearer says, he's got to be the next captain because he sees the game so well. He sees and reads the game. He's brilliant. And the games I've seen him in, his control, his vision, he can, he can make himself open to other players. And Shelby can pick him out with some pinpoint crosses, and he was taking the ball in his stride. You know what I mean? Didn't even have to think about it. Brilliant acquisition. Brilliant.
Do you think he fit in the team? Because I kind of noticed that inside in the Jeddah camp, I didn't see him much with the players. I see him much with the staff of Newcastle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
or maybe this is his personality, or what do you think?
I think it'll be he'll be with the coaches and stuff like that, because he has an idea and he can see the game, he can read the game, and he can bring that into his own game, and he can bring that into the team. So it might be good that he's getting instructions and ideas from the coaches, so he can make that happen. So, and that's not necessarily because he wasn't actually running around with all the players. He may have had a tweak. He may have had he's been getting stuck in since he arrived, and he might have just been pushing himself a bit too hard. So just take it easy. Just take it easy. That's what it was. It was warm weather training, just to get muscles and ideas and things into position, and ideas working. So yeah, I'm all for him to be. He's a good player, very good player, very impressed.
All right. Yeah, I think he's a great player, and for me, he's most of a player I saw in the camp, in Jeddah camp, was Trippier, by coincidence, of course. Okay, second signing was Chris Wood.
Mm-hmm.
How did you see Chris Wood performance?
He's still trying to find his place in the team, and I think the fact that he missed out on they missed out on Jeddah, he went down because he was off to New Zealand for his internationals.
Yeah.
Is going to be a bit hard for him, because he's missed out on that idea of where we want him to play and how we want him to play. But hopefully, he will fit in with that. He's a decent Premiership player. He's played well for Burnley for the past 5 seasons. It's not going to take much for him to get up to speed and understand the way that we play. And I think you fit in well. He's, with his height and with Dan Burn in his height, we're going to have some presence in the penalty box. For now, we've got 2 players. Him 6'5", I think he is, and Dan Burn 6'7". We've got 2 of the biggest players in the Premier League. So it'll pay dividends, definitely. He'll get there. He will get there.
I noticed Leeds game, he tried to get behind or back to get the ball. Mm-hmm. I think this is also an issue from the midfield. Hopefully it will get better, maybe with Guimaraes.
Yeah, I think obviously with the Leeds game, he was having to drop deeper to try and get the ball, because we had no way of getting the ball up to him. That's what we weren't doing. We weren't getting those balls up to him. But as soon as we start getting the balls up to him later on in the second half, we were starting to run that game completely. Leeds didn't have an answer. Leeds just put more forwards on, but we just continued with Chris Wood, and he did what he had to do. He does what he does. He drops back. Alan Shearer didn't always stay in the penalty box. Alan Shearer would drop back. He would come back and pick up the ball. Helping his team out, give them that option, give them something to aim for. So yeah, he's going to be a good player. He's got Premiership experience, and that's what people like Paul Merson don't seem to realise. Paul Merson says, "Oh, bought all these players, but none of them have got experience." And I thought, what's this bloke talking about? Chris Wood, Trippier, they've all got Premiership experience. They're not daft. They're good players.
All right. Bruno Guimaraes.
Guimaraes, yeah. What a signing that is. You know,
I think this is the masterpiece signing for me.
Oh yeah, I think, you know, we've needed a midfield general, and we haven't had one for a long time. A proper midfield general who can get players moving, get players started. And the game for Brazil last night, you know, you could see when he came on, the 70 minutes he had, played wonderful, you know.
Okay, so regarding the choosing the players, we hear the story from every player. So we know that Trippier went to be in England, and his family went to be in the north. I think there is information about some reason of choosing Newcastle. Chris Wood from Burnley, he said that he needed a new challenge, especially he's 30 years old and he wants something more than what he doing in Burnley. So he have also a reason. Okay. Let's say, okay. Dan Burn, he was in the Newcastle youth before, and he's also he played in Newcastle before. I would like to ask you, okay, maybe this is one of the reasons. He said, if not Newcastle, I will not go. Yeah. But because Newcastle was interested, I went to Newcastle. Yeah. So I will ask you first, what do you think of this signing?
Like I said, he's going to cause bother in the box with his height and his power. He's going to cause some bother in the box. I think he could be our Van Dijk. You know, he's going to be that player who's going to get onto. Can you imagine a player like him, 6'7", and with Trippier's right foot, just dropping a ball on his head? You know what I mean? They're going to need step ladders to tackle him, because he's going to be, when he jumps, if he's 6'7", and when he jumps, he's going to be jumping over 7 feet. He's going to be jumping more than 7 feet in the air.
I remember Eddie Howe says, I think he was frustrated from Cambridge game. He said, we have almost 30 cross in the box and nobody take advantage. So I think this is one of the reasons why he put to
certainly for corners and free kicks. He's got to be your target man. Him and Chris Wood are going to be your target men, you know, and that's what will happen. You know, players like him will be on the end of those crosses, and if you've got your Chris Wood or your Callum Wilsons or even your Diego Costas picking those sort of balls up, you know, from a player who can flick something on, not flick it on from the front post, so you've got somebody at the back post, it's going to be carnage in the box. It'll be carnage in the box. And he's a lad from Blythe. It's not far from where I am, where he's from. It's a hard area. He's a hard lad. He's not going to be easily muscled off the ball. And he's come to Newcastle because it's his boyhood. It's his boyhood team.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Let's bring us to the last signing. It's Matt Target. And I read a tweet today. I'm not really sure if I have it here. Unfortunately, no, but he's a fan of Geordie Shaw. Was 10 years ago. Yeah, 10 years ago. And someone says, I promise if you get us staying in Premier League, I will take you personally to the studio or the set to show you the Geordie Shaw. So he's a Newcastle fan.
I think he's a fan of the Geordies.
So a Newcastle fan.
yeah. There's a difference. Geordies like that, nights out, and they like the parties and stuff like that.
I want you, please, Dave, if you send me later some of the George's show because they want to take a
Do
look.
you really want me to send you some of that?
Yeah, because I don't know what is it actually.
Right, you, mate. Right, you. You do. Just don't let the wife see it.
Oh, so that's
Yeah, exactly.
that's
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Mm. Okay, send it anyway. All right. So, okay, back now to Guimaraes. So, Guimaraes, we went to your opinion. The reason he go to Newcastle and he didn't go to Arsenal, as we hear that Arsenal was interesting.
What do you want with a player who, what do you want from a player? You want a player who can see the whole picture. Arsenal, they've been going backwards for a few years now, and Newcastle's going forward, and with the project that Amanda and Mr. Al Rumian and Miadad are selling to the players, they can see a project and they can see something they can get in on the ground floor with, and they can become, part of something that's going to be massive. It's the same way as those players who originally went to Manchester City. Robinho's, Shea Givens. Those players went there because they saw a project which was starting. Now, it took Man City a couple of years to get to the point where they were ready to win things, but they were in at the ground. They were in on the ground floor. They seen that. They seen what was going to happen, and Guimaraes is going to be exactly the same.
How he see that? How he sees the project? Is it because Joelinton? Maybe he talked to Joelinton, or?
Yeah, probably he's been talking to Joelinton. Probably been talking to Miggy. You don't know who's been talking to in South America. But again, it can all come down to the discussions that they have with the discussions that they have had with the owners. The owners have got a pride. They've got something that they want to do for the Northeast. And you've got to remember, a lot of the kids from Brazil have come from very poor and very deprived backgrounds. And now, it's the same thing for a lot of the lads in the Northeast. Dan Byrne will tell you that. Lots of parts of Blythe, when he grew up, when he was probably growing up, when I was working in Blythe, it wasn't a nice place to be. There was a lot of problems with drugs that were being brought in by Russian sailors because they were coming into the ports. There was a lot of problems going on in Blythe at that time. A lot of crime. Now Blythe's changed an awful lot. Blythe has changed an awful lot, but it's been a hard upbringing, same way as it has been for Trippier. Trippier was in the Northwest. And you've also got to look at, he's not one of our players, but Marcus Rashford. He's been a player he's been a kid who's had nothing. His parents his mum was struggling to feed them and all this sort of stuff. So he's been there. They've seen that. When you've got people who can affiliate and who can see the same thing, it drives them on. And I think Guimaraes, coming from Brazil and the favelas, he'll see that, and he'll see the passion that we've got as the same passion as what the Brazilian supporters have got. He can see that, and he'll have heard stories about St. James's Park. He'll have heard stories from all sorts of players about playing in front of 52,000 Geordies every game. Doesn't matter what league you're in, doesn't matter how poor you've been. For 14 years, we've had absolute shit from Mike Ashley, but we've still been at the point where we've always had between 48 and 52,000 supporters every week. Cup games aside, but every other week we've had a decent crowd. We get behind the team, we get behind the lads, and he'll live off that. He will love that because we'll have the same passion as what the Brazilian supporters have. So he's looking forward to that. And
the Newcastle Twitter page, the header, they put Bruno Guimaraes, and they said Bruno Guimaraes is a Geordie, and it's make you feel that Newcastle team happy for this signing. Maybe number one signing.
Yeah, I think he will be. Yeah.
alright. Of course. طبعا بالنسبة للأسئلة راح نروح لها في آخر شيء. اللي حاب يسأل الآن إن شاء الله بنجاوب كل الأسئلة في الأخير. Question for, we'll leave it for the last thing. Now we'll talk about Jeddah trip.
Yeah.
Newcastle was in Jeddah trip, and it was a really great trip for me as well, because I'm from Riyadh and I went to Jeddah, but maybe it's about 10 hours drive. So Jeddah is a great city, and promise you coming days we'll talk in details about Jeddah with me and Dave, which city to visit, which sightseeing to visit, etc., etc. But now I would like to give the opportunity for Dave and anyone who would like to know much more details about what happened in Jeddah, or what is the camp for in Jeddah, and what is any question you like, Dave, to ask me, just shoot right away.
What are girls like?
Oh my God.
No.
Well, they are pretty, they are very pretty. Yeah.
No, the reason we'd heard about it for a while, that we'd heard rumors that Newcastle were going to go to Saudi Arabia for possibly a friendly match or something. We didn't know when it was going to be, and it was the right opportunity when it came up that we were going to have 10 days, 14 days without a game, that the club should go to Saudi Arabia for warm weather training. Now, they had to be sure that politics was not part of it, so they kept it quiet right at the last minute. But when it did actually come out, you were one of the first people to decide that you were going to go. Now, initially, you thought it was going to be in Riyadh, but when it turned out to be Jeddah, you wanted to be there. I mean, why? What was driving you to want to be there? Why did you want to go all that way? Because it's not an easy journey, is it?
Okay. What happened really? Sometimes I am. I don't know if I'm using the right word. Usually, it's very hard to explain. So sometimes I take a decision quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'm doing nothing, but suddenly I take a decision because I know deeply it's right. Something tell me this is the right thing to do. To be honest, actually, I thought, and I have been contacted. I've been contacted by Ministry of Sport that will try to organize something for Saudi Supporter Club to do with the team. That was when the team coming to Riyadh. But suddenly with the team, the destination happened to be Jeddah. I don't know what exactly happened, but there was some kind of maybe changing or some. So anyway, I took a ready vacation. I already took a vacation 1 week, and
so it was just an opportunity for you to get down to Jeddah to see the players and to see what was to see.
Yeah. I wanted to after the sad story we have as well. Yeah. Our friend lost Chris, rest in peace, and the team first. And I went just to get away from all this, and also this is first visit of Newcastle to Saudi Arabia. So I said to myself, I must be there. It's like why and why not? And God knows when Newcastle will come again. So I can't miss. I can't miss the visit of Newcastle, and I'm very proud that I got many exclusive before any journalist, before any channels.
That's it. I mean, when you first put your first posting up when the team were arriving, and the buses pulled up, I just thought, oh, there's our وليد with another bus. Make sure he doesn't try and get on that way. But I just thought, all right. So when you got to the airport, I mean, you obviously seen the coaches were there, and the buses were pulling in. I mean, who was the first person you actually got to chat with? Did you actually manage to chat with anybody as they were getting off the plane or coming through the arrivals?
You mean regarding from the team?
Yeah.
I can't say Julinton, but it was very quick because they asked us. There is a special team for guarding the players, protecting the players. Let's play some videos and we'll come back.
Julinton.
Actually, yeah, I remember Julinton and Fraser. It was very quick because we are not very allowed to, because they are running late or come late to Saudi Arabia for some kind of situation, and they are so maybe tired. But it was a quick shot over the door while they are heading to the bus, and really, I was the first one, I think, who posted the video in the media of the arrival. That was, I think, my first.
Did you syndicate
exclusive?
That? You should have syndicated that. If you'd syndicated it, you could have sold it to all the different press associations and get money for it. You know what I mean?
No, because I have some journalists and from some channels as well, few of them. So yeah, that was it, and it was great. And actually, I just want to take this opportunity. I just want to thank Abu Nawaf. I hope he's watching. I just want to thank him.
Good lad. So we've seen, I think, on other photographs that you'd had, players in the hotel going for breakfast and stuff like that, and you had your photograph taken with Eddie Howe. And did Eddie recognize you?
Actually, yes. He said, "Yeah, I know you are the Brighton guy or Brighton lad."
He knew you were the Brighton guy, so that's what we're going to call you now, isn't it?
Unfortunately, yeah. I am Al Walid Saudi Gaza, no Brighton guy.
Brighton guy.
Yeah, I got million of a question. Where is the hotel? Where is the hotel? Where is the hotel? Actually, I apologize. I couldn't say the hotel right away because it was trusted information.
Yeah,
I couldn't spell it away, and actually now I can speak. This is the hotel. It's called Asila Hotel. Asila. It's mean kind of. You can say it's mean original, kind of meaning original. It's a great hotel, and it's famous of hosting big teams in their camp, or maybe if they have international games with Saudi Arabia or some of the Saudi League. Also, by coincidence, I got the opportunity to see Wilson, and one of my friends asked Wilson, "When you will come back?" He said 2 weeks, but that wasn't me. It was one of my friends. He asked him this because I didn't thought of asking Wilson this question. Also, I saw out of the hotel, I saw Matty staff walking without guard, without any security. Yeah, so I got the chance, and he was also. I think he recognized me. He told me that nice to meet you. He was really lovely lad, and he was coincident. He didn't maybe. It was suddenly. It was like at noon. It was very hot, so I saw him. I said, "Matty." It's like it was a surprise for him and for me, because it's maybe he didn't expect someone to know him quickly, exactly. with a mask. but because I know this is Newcastle player,
and
so
his hair, he's ginger hair.
yeah, ginger hair, exactly.
He sticks out like a sore thumb, doesn't he? He's
Yeah.
a lovely lad. I mean,
Amazing lad, really. And I really appreciate the quick discussion with him. That was actually the big break, and I'm not. I don't want to any bragging or anything, but it just
why not?
it was great, and it was the best coincidence you could have. It's like security. I understand because Corona and COVID and restriction, the security team was very too much working. They are taking this very, very seriously.
Yeah.
So, but I found. I was
going to say, but it would be because we don't know what sort of people would be let out there to try and make things bad for Newcastle.
Maybe,
not the Saudi people, but certainly we know there was a lot of noise in the press.
Okay, I understand. I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. Anyway, I saw. I said, "Hi, Eddie. Can we take a picture?" And yeah, sure. And said, "You are the Brighton guy." I said, "Yes, I am. I'm وليد." We met in Brighton, and yeah, they are so nice, so lovely, and it was no security because it was a coincidence that I noticed. I found. Can't say my secret, but I found the place unguarded very well, so that's what happened. It was really and very nice people. I wish them all the luck in the Premier League. Also, Dwight Gale, I saw him as well, and he's a very nice lad. And I'm not really sure. I think he will not continue with Newcastle. I don't know. I saw him even in the training I watched. He was kind of training alone separately for sometimes with the match staff. So I thought that he will not continue with the team. Also, I met Darlo and the elevator. That was in the elevator.
So what were you doing? What were you doing in the elevator?
You see, I can't answer everything, Dave. But you know what? I saw a lot of players, but some I can't take photo because when there is a security, I can't do anything. I even pretend like I don't know who's these players as well. Because if they notice the security, if they notice that you are coming for the players, they will kick you out. Regardless. Yeah, that was yeah. So what you'd like to ask also, Dave? Because I have plenty here.
You went down to watch the match with. Did you because it was behind closed doors? So how do you actually get in? Because it was behind closed doors.
Well, to be honest, actually, I watched the training. I watched one of the training from the start to the end.
Mm-hmm.
By a crazy way. This is some footage. I hope I will not be questioned for that.
No.
But I saw the full training, and the training was amazing. But when I saw some game inside or some competition during in the middle field, I didn't like what I saw. I saw the same boring performance as we see in the games. When the middle field doesn't know how to do what to do. I was really praying that moment to bring someone to really fix or organize the midfield, and thank God we have Bruno Guimaraes now to organize the mess we have in the midfield. But it was very sunny, and the players very trying their hard. They try so much of effort, and I think for me, I was in the shadow, and I get tired. But how they play under the sun, and it was before noon time, from morning to noon time, and I think they really make great effort in this trip, and hopefully this will pay off in coming 15 games.
Yeah.
Regarding the game, I actually, we all told that anyone from media will not be allowed. So I respect that, and I didn't even try to go to the game or break in or any kind, because I respect that kind. But also we see some the ambassador and the consul and some of people attend, and they did some shooting, some in the Twitter. So I tried to cover it, and also I have a friend. He went inside as well, so I got some of the photos from him as well.
Well, you know the ambassador, you know the UK ambassador, don't you? You've met a UK ambassador a couple of times.
Yes.
Could he not sneak you in? Could he not sneak you in as one of his entourage or something like that?
That's the thing. I didn't ask anyone to go to the game, because when they said no media, I respected that, and so that's why I didn't try to ask or to go to the match. Maybe if I did that, maybe I get a chance, but I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
Yeah. So, do you think it was a worthwhile trip? Do you think it actually, not so much on the footballing side, but how did that trip go down in the Saudi press? How did they take it? How did the people from Saudi Arabia take that trip?
Actually, from the reception of the players, one big channel and one big newspaper. It was Action and Riyadiyya. They are so well known here in Saudi Arabia. They are the best, and I am happy and honored to be the third one only that time. So I think they understand and respect that they are not allowed. They have, they follow the rules. But for me, I am not. I'm representing my channel. I have no boss, so I break some rules. So what? So but I was respecting also the rules, and as well, I have a lot of photos, a lot of videos, but I hold it. I didn't publish it to for respect. I respect my team. I support. So, and I didn't want to do any harm or expose anything illegal. So it I was happy and eager to see the team. I was happily that after the takeover and the team come to Saudi Arabia, it was a passion act, nothing more.
Yeah.
And Dave, I don't want to forget. I will just show you the team. The Newcastle fans, especially the one in Newcastle in England, they were always saying, why there is no media at first of days, couple of days. So I said, why they are not trained? But we have to understand, they come directly from Leeds game. They didn't have time and longer trip. They spent too many hours in the plane, and 2 hours or 3 hours extra for some issue happened there. So they arrived late, and it's a longer story, but so they are very tired. So you can't expect them to train at beginning of the trip. So they had quality time. They have some rest, couple of days resting, treating the injuries. They went to King Abdullah Economic City, but that was private. And also they went to you can say there some kind of desert. I have some, and also once a kind of safari. Let's play these videos.
Hey guys,
Yes,
thank you for come with me.
No, you're a legend, you are. Look, thank you. Gangster.
I hope to see you again.
See you soon.
Bye.
Yeah, that was from Jeddah Wrangler group, which I say hi to them, and they sent me a lot of exclusive video Thank you for Mr. Ahmed. Yeah, I think for Mr. Ahmed, thank you for him. Yeah, I forget to play this as well.
Lot of security.
Yeah, that was when they arrived, the team. Some people say it's chasing. It's not chasing. This is called mokib. It's like a parade. Usually, when someone very important come to our country, and also, or maybe the king, if he came from outside, we do kind of this is like parade, just like welcoming and greeting. Just a few minutes walking by the cars behind, and that was it. It's not like chasing as people mentioned.
No, you're right. That is something I think we missed the opportunity with. That you've seen it with Manchester United and Arsenal and Chelsea when they've gone to Thailand and places like that. They've normally got off the coaches and you've got lots of fans there. It all builds up. But what we've got to be careful of, and we don't like talking about the politics. But you can't get away from the fact that some people have got an agenda. They have got that agenda. Now, it'd be fantastic if, and probably the reason why they shifted the training base from Riyadh to Jeddah, because they didn't want the politics of the Saudi royal family in Riyadh mixing with Newcastle United, because somebody somewhere would immediately pull that down. Well, that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to show that we have an affinity with the Saudi people, that we're building a relationship, and we're not going to let the press, because you'll get the Associated Press who will be, you'll have reporters in Saudi who will chase the team, who will find something, who will look for anything. If there was any chance that the Prince would have come down to meet the team, and you could imagine it would not go down well with some of the press. Now, we're not bothered. The Saudi people aren't bothered, but the rest of the people in the UK, all the wokes, wouldn't be happy about us doing that. But they don't seem to realise, the Prince is the head of the PIF. He's entitled to meet the team that he's bought, or that his organisation, his company, his trust has bought. So, let's put that to one side and just say, look, in future, there may be the opportunity for the team to do a better motorcade. Say in the summer, the team will come again to Saudi Arabia, and the people of Saudi Arabia will be allowed to mix with the team. We'll see the team. We'll get there. It was too short this time. It was a training thing for 7 days to get acclimatized, to get fit, to get better. But if there's a tournament in Saudi, in Qatar, wherever, if they bring teams together to play within Saudi Arabia, then what you'll get a lot of the fans being allowed to come and meet the players, and that is when we will start and build that relationship. So let's wait for that. Let's wait. Let's not push it too much yet. We will build that relationship. We've got to, because people in Saudi are already saying, this is our team. And that sounds good. They recognize that Newcastle is their team.
Before you go for your next question, Dave, let's play this video.
Thank you for me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That youth football team they were meeting, that's something that will get better. That'll get better. And there's what might happen is you'll get that young team to come across to Newcastle.
Yeah. That was some footage from the game. It was really interesting for most of the fans, and they trying to get some pictures and some videos. That was a little ceremony over there with the ambassador and Amanda Stively as well. Great pictures. We share all this actually in Twitter, but we just thought to give some samples. Any more question, Dave, before we're going to next topic about the camp?
Just one thing for yourself. Did you enjoy it? Did you get a lot out of it? Did it meet your expectations? Is it what you wanted?
Of course, I wanted more, but I got many exclusives. I think because you have a channel, and it's important to get exclusive. And I got about 8, and I had a little secret how I get them, but unfortunately, I can't tell it because I have to keep my. It's not sources as it's. I find a way to get the exclusive, but unfortunately, I can't say it because I'm planning to use it again.
No, good lad. Keep your secrets and sources close to your chest. That's what they say about journalists, don't they? Keep your sources.
Exactly. So yeah, it was. I really enjoyed it. It was like road trip, and I was really happy that I got a chance to meet and talk to the players. It was really nice.
How did one final question?
Yeah, sure, God.
Sure. How did your wife and your children react that you were going off to watch people kicking the ball around for a week, and you were leaving them at home? Were they saying typical Geordie likes his football more than he likes his family?
No, they understand very well, especially my wife. She understands that how Newcastle mean to me, so she will not mind at all. And actually, it was amazed that I did some success regarding this trip. Good. So Dave, Everton game now. So we have well prepared. We have almost have a team or have a new lineup. So and as well, Lambert also have some new weapons. We get Lambert. They get Van Der Beek, which we were really, we were targeting him as well Dele Alli. So what do you think? After of course, after Rafa. So also about Rafa, and it's kind of a shame. Actually, I was really wanted Newcastle to play against Everton. Rafa.
Yeah, Rafa.
Everybody was waiting for this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not surprised that Everton went for Lampard, but the Everton fans, they are what everybody says about us. They're some of the most deluded fans anywhere. They think because Liverpool have success that they should have success. They're not as good as Liverpool. They never will be. They are, as they are known here, they are called the Scouse Mackems because they are second rate. Their supporters are just as bad because they want far too much and they demand far too much. Whereas that's what people say about us, but no, it's the Everton supporters. But what I will say about Lampard is he's a good coach in the short term. He's not a good long-term coach. I think when he took over at Chelsea, he had a very, very good spell at the beginning, but then it fell away pretty badly because he doesn't have the long-term now. He doesn't have the long-term vision to buy in the players that he needs. He's always lived with the players that he's been left with. Now, unfortunately, the player he's been left with at Everton are crass. They're rubbish. He's managed to bring in Donnie Van Der Beek, now who hasn't kicked the ball in anger in Man United for months. Dele Alli hasn't kicked the ball in anger properly for months. Now, how is he going to get them up for the game against Newcastle? It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
You know?
hopefully you're right, mate. And but you know, do you think يعني Rafa we missed 2 chances by luck, by destiny, that we didn't play against Everton. First one, I think the game postponed because COVID.
Yeah.
And before we play in this break, FIFA break, he gets sacked. So what kind of coincidence? 2 coincidences in the row to not face Rafa, our old friend. What do you think?
I think it's a massive coincidence. And I think in a way, Rafa would have been pleased that he didn't have to play against us.
Do you think we'll see Rafa in the future? Because this incident make me feel that maybe we'll see Rafa in the future. I don't know. It's like something meant to be.
I don't know. I don't know if we're talking, you know, the Brighton, there's going to be a decision in the next week or so. I think the guy from Brighton's already said he's leaving. You know, we'll get, what you call again? Dan Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll probably come as the director of football. But it doesn't mean that Rafa's finished in football. And we might get Rafa to come and do something at Newcastle and be some sort of ambassador. But is that what he wants to do? I don't think it is. I think Rafa still sees himself as a manager. Well, Owlie's frozen. Might take me to do a sing and dance. There you're back. Oh, he's ready. He's back. Yeah, he's gone.
Sorry, it was just received a sudden call. Go on, Dave.
No, just say I think Rafa, he will come back, but I don't think in a managerial position. I think Eddie Howe, if Eddie Howe can work any magic, keep us in the Premier League, then I think he'll stop. He'll stay as the manager.
So, Dave, if we win over Everton, we will be 18 points.
Yeah.
So,
but don't forget, those teams below and Norwich are going to play
more games.
They're going to play before we do on Tuesday, aren't they? Because they've got. Yeah, I think they'll play at the weekend. I think they'll play on the Saturday, Sunday, and I think we're on the Tuesday. I don't think there's any chance of any game. We could find ourselves a bit further down the table on, with Watford sacking Ranieri and bringing in Roy Hodgson.
They sacked Ranieri?
Yeah.
Roy Hodgson, yeah. That's another reason I believe Watford, they are going down.
Yeah.
with all respect to Roy Hodgson.
Yeah. Roy Hodgson is, he's a... he said he was retiring from football when he left Crystal Palace. So why did he come back? To come and take a job like Watford. It's obviously why he's gone to Watford is because of money. He's been offered a king's ransom to.
I think this is a desperate move from Watford. Remind me of whom? Remind me of West Bromwich Albion that season when they bring. Big Sam.
Yeah. and how desperate are they now to bring in Steve Bruce?
Who brings Steve Bruce?
West Brom.
They bring Steve Bruce?
Yeah, with the sacked the manager today.
Oh, they bring Steve Bruce, really?
And Steve Bruce is the favourite to be the manager of what?
And Andy Carroll, I think they get so they're back again together, huh? Bruce and Andy Carroll. So that's really tough times for West Bromwich Albion.
So you're going to have to change your Spider VPN advert.
Yes.
Because you talk about Steve Bruce. Get him off.
No, actually, I thought of so, but I thought it's funny to keep it for a while.
Yeah, but he's going to be West Brom manager. He's going to be the West Brom manager now. But looks like it anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, and he will continue, but 5 in the back, so that's okay. Okay, so now let's before we go to question, let's go to some Twitter stuff. I want a quick comment from you, Dave. First one, this is Miggy and Gemerish, international player for Paraguay and Brazil. They play against each other last night. What do you say?
What do I see?
Say or see?
I think it's Mickey's wondering, what the hell?
Oh my God, how I can play? He will taking my position as isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Going to break. Mickey must have been thinking I'm going to break his leg, but couldn't catch him. But, no, I think what's going to be good is that, you know, with Mickey, with Guimaraes, and then you've got Joe Linton, you've got a decent set of Central American players who are going to understand how each of them play. That they play a certain type of way of football. You know, a lot of flair and fancy. So I can see them all rubbing off on each other, wanting to outdo each other, and I think it's going to be great. It's honestly going to be great. So and I seen the goal that Brazil scored last night, and some lovely football, one-touch football around the edge of the box. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he play with the mind before feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Tune we go. Fabrizio Romano, of course, he have a famous sentence which is "Here we go."
Yeah.
When a sign coming. So I come up with "Tune we go."
Tune we go with Fabrizio.
Actually, Fabrizio, I really enjoyed him this transfer window. Really, me and rest in peace also Christopher as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I believe as you too, we enjoy. You know his. I saw some videos how he bring the information. It was really interested.
Well, we need to keep him on board. You know, keep him on board because there's going to be the transfer window in the summer. If we stay up, the transfer window in the summer is going to be one hell of a transfer window. Haaland, the Defo will get Haaland next in the summer. We get Diego Carlos, Botman. Forget Atike. He had the chance to come and turn it down. He can do one now. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to come. He doesn't want to play in front of 52,000 Geordies. Something the matter with him, like, you know what I mean? Very scared, I think.
This is not related to Newcastle, but I thought it's funny to mention. I think his name is Tom White.
Tom White, yeah.
I think he said if Jeremy Devo back to Sunderland, I will tattoo talk transfer on my body, and that's what's happened. He said, I am man of my word.
Yeah. Silly man.
But, you know, I think it's not tattooed. I think it's just by Ben. I don't think he'd get tattooed.
No, I don't think he will neither. If he's got
I think it's a marker.
Yeah, marker or it's henna tattoo.
Henna tattoo.
Wash off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This is what's so funny. I think
these are tattoos. These are tattoos, man. Tattoos, yeah.
This is funny. I think it's I saw it. Who put it? I think it's Kit Patterson. Who's he, Dave? Who's he?
Gabriel Bunderhall used to play for Aston Villa.
English player?
Yeah. Aston Villa, yeah.
He's English player.
Yeah.
I see.
He doesn't like Newcastle.
Yeah, obviously.
And he kept saying we wouldn't sign anybody.
So now we have our own Brazil, Dave, aren't we?
I wouldn't have minded Romario playing for Newcastle. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Romario.
Oh, Romario.
Romario. He's brilliant.
Okay, so let's take a couple of questions. Yeah, because I'm kind of a bit late on Mr. L as well, the Arabic show.
Oh, Mr. L be doing his nut.
Yeah.
Is he?
Okay, here we go. Alaikum salam. Abu Nawaf says all players came to Newcastle. I think there is still some player didn't came to Newcastle yet.
No, because the Brazil game was just last night, so the player will be travelling across from, and same as Miggy, he'll probably be on the same flight as Miggy. So they'll probably be in Newcastle tomorrow, if not tomorrow, it'll be Friday. It normally takes about 24 hours before they come across. By the time they wind down from the match, so it'll be a couple hours yet. Plus, Chris Wood's in New Zealand, so he's got to fly back from New Zealand. So I don't know if he's back in it back yet, because you'll have to do a period of isolation, and you need to do a couple of lateral flow tests, the antibody tests, to see if he's got COVID before he's allowed to fly. So there could be a couple of days before all the teams back together. So nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about, I don't think.
لسه بنواف مو كل اللاعبين وصلوا. بعض اللاعبين زي مثلا نيوزيلندا شفنا حتى بعضهم في أصيبوا كوفيد، فأكيد في بإجراءات من إجراءات الحجر وما إلى ذلك لأنه مختلف الدول. عبادي asking a long question, Dave, but يعني to sum it up, he's not really sure about Chris Wood. I don't think he's the right one according. That's what he's saying. What do you answer this?
You can judge somebody on 2 games. I don't think so. You've got to give Chris Wood time to bed himself in. He's played a certain way at Burnley, and we've already proved, in the games that he's played for us, that we weren't able to supply him with the crosses that he needed. So give him time to bed in, and we'll see where he is in a week, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks' time. If he's not the right player, then we'll know then. But you can't judge a player straight away. You have to give that player time to bed in. We give Joe Linton a long time, and it didn't seem to work with Joe. But then once they switched Joe's position, Joe is now he's one of the first names on the sheet. Now, can you imagine if we'd actually binned him straight away? A lot of people, including me, at the time, were saying he's not Newcastle material. But we all didn't realise he was playing in the wrong position. His position is different.
عباد يقول لك ديف انه لا تستعجل بالحكم على كريس وود، لسه ما صار له المباراتين. يعني اللاعب لاعب كبير ولسه لديه الكثير ليقدمه. مكحول. طبعا احنا نتكلم عن دييغو كوستا الحارس، عفوا المهاجم. يعني انا اول مره اسمع انه في دييغو كوستا حارس. اكيد احنا نتكلم عن المهاجم. we don't have طبعا ترجمه ان شاء الله بعد قليل راح مع مستر ال ان شاء الله بالحلقه راح تكون بالعربي. there is any I was asking about there is anything in some release clause if we get relegated, is there some condition from the players they can leave? I think no.
Yeah.
There is?
That's a given that some of those players will want to. Some of those players, even some of the players we've got who we've got playing for us now.
No. Sorry, Dave. No. Sorry, I mistranslate. He asking, is it right Guimaraes will have 4 million extra if we stay in the Premier League?
I don't know the terms of his contract.
ما نعرف.
But I do know from what we've heard that Guimaraes will come with us. If we got relegated, he will come with us. He's wanting to be part of the project, so he's already said he'll come with us. But there's other players, Maxi won't want to drop down to the Championship. Miggy won't want to drop down to the Championship. Dubravka won't want to drop down to the Championship. So you'll see those players moving on as well. It's not just the new players. You know, so let's just wait and see. Because you've always said it, we will not get relegated.
Yes, of course, we're not going to be relegated. Alan said, I know what's your secret, Al-Walid. It's Callum Wilson. He's coming back soon. No, that's different thing. He's coming back soon, but that's not my secret. I mean the secret of getting information. And that trip, it was extraordinary way, but I don't know. Sometimes it's I don't know how I can describe it, but I can't say it. Last thing, Abu Nawaf says, Dave must visit Saudi Arabia.
I will one day. I will definitely come and visit Saudi Arabia one day.
يقول إن شاء الله راح يجي ويعدنا إن شاء الله إنه بيجي. طبعا next week, Dave, we will have Davey, not Dave, Davey, with us. He have quite a project. He will tell us about it, about song play in St. James Park, something very interested, and we'll know about it, inshallah, next week. This Thursday, yeah, tomorrow we have Yusuf Kuwa from Sierra Leone. He have some supporter club as well, and academy for Newcastle. I think it's not official. We will know more about it tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow. We will put the exact time. And already there is a tweet about the time of the show tomorrow. So tune in. Hopefully it's going to be interested. We would like to thank you, Dave, and also to see you next week. From وليد and Dave show. Yeah.
Say hello to Mr. L for me, please.
Of course, we'll do. انضموا لنا بعد.
Love to your family.
Thank you so much. انضموا لنا بعد قليل مع مستر إل بحلقتنا عن نيوكاسل مع وليد باللغة العربية. Thank you for watching and good night.
Good night. See ya.
Take me home to the